and welcome to the JoshonDabri Show. Today, we will discuss 10 topics about U.S. history. The first topic is Sacco-Vanzetti case. Sacco and Vanzetti were both Italian Americans. They were convicted of robbery and murder. In court, the arguments against them were disproven. Sacco and Vanzetti were still convicted and sentenced to death.
Dun dun dun! Sacco and Vanzetti are sentenced to death for the murder of the Virgin Mary and stealing her vacuum.
I didn't do it. There's proof.
It doesn't matter. You're sentenced to death.
The next two topics are all about controlling immigration. The National Origin Act was a law in 1924. The law restricted immigrants from a lot of Europe and virtually excluded Asians. It was the permanent policy of immigrant restriction.
Stop. You are not allowed here because of the National Origin Act. Turn around and go back.
The next topic is Hispanic immigration. Hispanic immigration was the immigration of Mexicans to escape war. Hispanic immigration reduced the available labor pool in the United States.
Next in the JoshonDabri Show, we are going to talk about the ladies. In the 1920s, women began to work and go to school. During this time, personal freedom in America was glorified. This was called the New Morality.
Women in the 1920s started to become independent and were able to express who they were. One of the many ways to express themselves was through their clothing. A flapper was a common term used. It was a woman who wore more revealing clothes and smoked cigars. The 1920s was also the era when birth control was invented.
Next on the show, we will talk about art and literature. Modern American art's core period was between World War I and World War II. It was diverse artistic styles that attempted to express individualism. Roses are red, violets are blue.
The next topic is the Greenwich Village in the South Side. Greenwich Village was known for its colorful artistic residence. It was an important landmark on the map of Bohemian culture.
Hollywood and motion pictures were starting to rise. Motion pictures' popularity rose heavily. Theaters paid piano players to provide music during films because there was no sound. They were silent films.
Next, we are going to talk about pop culture. Because of radio and motion pictures, the popularity of sports was at an all-time high. Boxing and baseball were the two most popular sports.
Good team fight. No BS. Go! All right. Our last topic is radio shows and music. Radio's gathered lots of followers. The first radio commercial in history was news about Warren Harding's victory in the presidential election. That's all we have for today, folks. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, we're rolling.
Hello. Hello. And welcome to.
You can't cough like that.
Okay, that's a blooper. Alright, let's go.